for Paul and for all the early Christians that we have good evidence for, talking of the continuing presence of God or of Jesus with them was talking about the Holy Spirit. Now, some scholars have tried to collapse talk of the resurrection into talk of the Holy Spirit, but actually that just won't work in either John or Paul or the other bits of the New Testament. There are two quite separate things that they believed. They believed that Jesus was raised from the dead as a one-off event, and that he was seen by a certain small number of people for a certain limited time. One of the key phrases in 1 Corinthians 15 is when Paul says, "Last of all, he appeared to me." Paul knows that the Corinthians to whom he's writing have had all kinds of spiritual experiences, that they know the presence of the risen Lord in a different sense with them in their worship. They are filled with the Spirit, but they didn't see the risen Lord, because Paul was the last one who did. Now, of course, some scholars deny that and just say, well, Paul was wrong. But it seems to me, if when Paul said that in 1 Corinthians 15, if the Corinthians could have come back at him and said, "Rubbish, Paul, you weren't the last, we've seen him too," Paul would know that they would have come back and said that. He'd be wasting his breath. And so it's clear to me that the early Christians did believe in resurrection appearances which lasted for a short time, and then in the spiritual awareness of the spiritual presence of Jesus through the power of the Holy Spirit, which continued and continues to this day. The one depends on the other, but the two are not the same.